So what we think is possible is through hydrogen electric to drive lower costs, definitely lower than SAF, but also potentially lower operating costs than jet fuel, than fossil fuel. And that's driven by the fundamentals of the economics of the renewable hydrogen production. So renewable electricity, a marginal cost trending to zero, and the electrolytic production of hydrogen also has a similar trend. If you subtract the energy cost, which is trending to zero, the actual capex of the electrolyzers is going to follow a similar trajectory to the photovoltaics and wind power. So as the amount of deployment goes up, the cost will go down dramatically. And that's where we see initially this type of fuel being competitive for small aircraft, and we're hoping to get our small aircraft into the market as early as 2027 now. And then after that, larger and larger aircraft as well. For larger aircraft, the break-even costs are lower for hydrogen. For small aircraft, like Cessna Caravan, for example, 10-seater, 20-seater, for us, it's about $7 a kilo that we need to hit in order to have break-even economics. For larger aircraft, it's more in the range of 4 to 5, but we think it will get there. In addition to the civilian applications, what we found over the last 12, 18 months is that defense applications are quite interesting, and especially with the growing importance of unmanned vehicles, drones in the military theaters for surveillance and other use cases. A lot of the advantages that hydrogen electric has are really applicable. So starting from lower thermal and noise signatures, detectability of the aircraft, and then ability to produce fuel on site from just renewable energy. Obviously, higher endurance and range compared to the battery aircraft. So you get the advantages of the battery aircraft in terms of the stealth and local fuel production, but with the range that with the cryogenic fuel storage, for example, can even exceed the jet fuel range. And the last one here, but not the least, is that perhaps not immediately obvious from the surface, but we got a lot of demand for our solutions because of the higher electrical power available for payloads. A lot of these use cases carry a lot of equipment. Let's say you're running a radar services, you're running jamming services, electronics jamming services on board the small vehicle, and the amount of power that you need is substantial. So with the electric powertrain, with hydrogen electric powertrain, you have a lot of energy, you have a lot of power natively available for propulsion, and then once you're at the station, you can use it for these payloads. So we found these things quite interesting for the defense applications.